what you should do if you're involved in a truck accident depends, frankly, on how severely you're injured or whether you're injured or not. But if you're in good shape or good enough shape, obviously you need to make sure that there's medical attention for everybody else that's involved in the incident. So I strongly encourage you to immediately call 911 and have an ambulance come to the scene. In addition to that, to report it to law enforcement through 911 because they're going to need to be there in order to figure out who's responsible, or at least to evaluate the scene of the wreck, to move the vehicles out of the way to prevent other people from being harmed. Probably the other thing that's most important, a lot of people overlook this, frankly, is to try to document the scene of the wreck themselves. Obviously, if you're on a stretcher or you have, a broken arm or bleeding, that's not something you're able to do, but perhaps somebody that's a witness or somebody that's there at the scene can do that for you. But is to document the location of the vehicles, whether or not there are gouge marks or damage in the highway, skid marks, any evidence of the actual scene of the wreck itself that might be valuable or important for later. And the one thing that seems to get overlooked in so many cases that I see is documenting who the witnesses are, because a lot of times what happens is when the ambulance arrives and the highway patrol arrives, the people who were witnesses, okay, everything's all right, we can leave now. But if you don't get the names of the witnesses and contact information for them, if there is a dispute about liability later on down the road, it's your word against theirs. And it's really important to preserve information about who these witnesses are. That's probably the most critical thing, other than taking care of yourself and making sure that people have medical care.